Yay, a theory lesson! So hopefully you've watched my basic open chords video and can play most or all of those, as this is basically a supplement to that lesson, and I will be using those chords as examples here. Also, for viewers not familiar with my usual content, I will be talking about chords in reference to guitar, although the theory remains the same for any instrument. Last note before we begin, if anything I say doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. I can't tell you how many things I've stressed over which I've just tried to learn before I was ready. And it's that simple. Just give it a few weeks and then revisit this video or try googling some of the terms you don't know. Either way, don't stress, it's all good. So first off, what is a chord? Well, strictly speaking, it's a collection of 3 different notes played simultaneously. Looking at the chord charts, we can see this E major chord has 6 dots, meaning that we're going to play 6 different pitches. Now that doesn't mean we have 6 different notes. In this example, the red dots indicate the root note, which is an E. So every red note is an E, a different kind of E, which are all an octave apart. I'm going to play those 3 E's for you now. You should have heard 3 different but similar sounding notes there. It doesn't matter if you can't put into words how they're different or how they're similar, just as long as you have a kind of indication that they are indeed similar but different. Now looking back at this chord chart, you'll notice there's a blue note and 2 green ones. So overall 6 different pitches but only 3 separate notes. So the dots are different pitches, the different colours are different notes. In rock music, you get to use power chords, which are treated like chords but only contain 2 separate notes. Lastly for this section, what is an open chord? An open chord is a chord which contains 1 or more open string. A string played without being fretted. It's that simple. So next we're going to talk about triads. A triad is a selection of 3 notes that make up a chord, each of which have a specific role within that chord. I mentioned the root note earlier. There's also a 3rd and a 5th. The first note, also called the root or the tonic, is the note after which the chord is named and is the tonal center of that chord. In G, the root note is G. In A minor, it's an A, and so forth. On my charts, I've indicated root notes as a red dot. R for red, R for root. You get it. The 3rd indicates whether the chord is happy or sad. Now, happy and sad is a bit of a simplistic way to phrase it, but it's the most relatable. So if you think it's something a little more complex than happy, then that's fine, whatever. Here is a D major chord, which includes a major 3rd. And here is a D minor, which has a minor 3rd. Can you hear the difference? There's only one pitch that changes to make that difference, and that's the 3rd. In a major chord, it's called a major 3rd, shown as a light blue on these charts. In a minor chord, it's a minor 3rd, which is dark blue. Comparing these 2 charts, you'll see that these notes are in fact only 1 fret apart. Lastly, the 5th. The 5th is indicated by green dots and acts as a support to the root note. I think of it kind of like a spine for the chord. And if you want to go further with that metaphor, the 5th is the spine, the root note is like the brain, and the major or minor 3rd is the heart. It's a really wishy-washy way of thinking about things, but it does work for some people. So you can see in these charts that chords will have 1 or more 5th. The power chords I mentioned earlier from rock music use only the root and the 5th, so power chords have no indication of major or minor or happy or sad. So that is all the chord theory you should need to get started. So to recap, there are 3 notes in a chord and we call that a triad. These notes are the root, which names the chord, the 3rd, which makes it happy or sad, and the 5th, which simply fills out the chord. You can have any number of each of these, but you will almost always have at least 1. There we go. I'm going to place a link here to the next chord theory video just for whenever that gets uploaded. For now, I guess the best thing is to just play whatever chords you've memorized and think about the role each individual note is playing. If you're playing along to these chord charts, even better because it's color coded, so really obvious. As ever, your support is hugely appreciated. Please continue to like these videos, share them with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content whenever it becomes available. Please leave a comment with any questions, or if you just want to show some love or tell me you just straight up hate me, whatever. I'll see you next time.